Hey everyone, Kristen David here with a little real talk. So, taking you into one of my little spots that I love to come and sit. I This is in my apartment in Seattle, Washington, and I know we were getting ready for the marketing boot camp, but it's just been kind of a crazy week. So I thought I'd just take a little time to just settle in with a cup of tea. This is downtown Seattle. You can see the wheel. You can see Pike Place Market down here. You'll see the ferries, Washington State ferries coming and going, because that's how we do things here. So, listen, this is one of the places I come to sit sometimes and just kind of recharge myself, see what's going on, look out at the Olympic Mountains, and sometimes you have to take inventory of yourself. What are you working so hard for? What are you trying to accomplish? And right now, I think I'm hearing from a lot of clients like things are different out there. Client acquisition is a little different right now. Marketing has to be treated a little different. Some people are seeing the economic things happen, others are not. And it's just a time to take inventory. And for some of my clients, they say they don't want the grow, grow, grow in 2023. They really want to streamline, streamline, streamline. They want to create better systems and hold their team accountable, but also up level their team, uplift their team so that their team knows what's going on. And that's our jam. That's what makes me happy is helping my team, helping other teams move forward, build, grow. And sometimes you need a cup of tea and you just need to sit back and relax and think about what are you working so hard for, right? What are you really trying to accomplish? I know we're getting ready for our marketing boot camp, and that's been a big hype that's been going on, a lot that's been going on with our team and such. But it's also looking at the business as a whole. Like where are we being most effective? Who are our ideal audiences who thrive so well? I mean, I've got clients that have gone from 1 million to 8 million, 4 million to 14 million, right? But I've also got some clients that are sticking right at the 1 million mark because they are just highly productive and profitable. And that's where they want to be. They want to leave at 3 p.m. to go take their kids out. And that's one of the things I'm doing right now. I spent last week in Hawaii with my parents, spending some family time. We lovingly refer to them as the kids because they are always getting into trouble. My parents are 87 years old, 87 years young, right? And I want to spend time with them. I will be heading back over to Paris to our apartment there at the end of next week and excited to be back in Europe. But it's a lot of shuffling, right? Like, I got in on Sunday 2 days ago, and Sunday night, I haven't even fully unpacked because my housekeeper, personal assistant, like, started a different position, and so now I've gotta hire someone else. Great news is we've got systems for that, right? That's practice what we preach. In fact, anybody that's looking for a personal assistant or a housekeeper or house manager in 2023, ping me. I will gift you the job description and the ad that you can run. And some of the onboarding checklists I have that I use with my housekeeper, my assistants, things like that. Listen, I know we have a whole package on executive assistant and such, but if you're watching this and you know you need to hire a personal assistant or get a nanny or get a housekeeper, uh, message me. I am feeling like I want to share the wealth and the knowledge. I'm so passionate about helping business owners build those systems, right? That's what this is about. It's about not having to do it all ourselves, not being tethered to a phone, right? To this little tiny thing that used to be much smaller and now they get bigger. Being able to sit and look at the whales or the wildlife, right? Just enjoy life a little bit is what it's about. So if you need a housekeeper, house manager, message me. I will definitely get that to you. Cheers to having help in your life, right? So, one of the other things that we often deal with is who do you delegate to and what do you delegate? And the frustration that can come when it doesn't happen the way you want it to happen. And listen, no judgment. Even in the perfectest of worlds, there's still parts that I work on. And there's no thing is perfection. We're always on our way towards building and growing, but it's about every step of that journey getting a little bit better, right? A little increments to get better and better, and automating so that you have confidence that things are happening and getting done without you. That's one of the things I love about our boot camps, like hiring and onboarding boot camp, 6 weeks, build the hiring systems, the onboarding university, right? Build it. And then it's there, right? The workflows and workloads. Build those workflows. And then it's there no matter which staff come and go, right? That's part of the marketing boot camp is we're going to take inventory of who's on a marketing team. What are those job descriptions? What do they do daily, weekly, monthly, right? Like what quarterly? Having some clarity on all of that. And listen, just like my team has grown and built, and um, those job descriptions have changed. Those things that need to happen have changed. So we're all a work in progress. We're all always changing and evolving. And part of doing this quick live stream of Real Talk was more about we all have times we have to take inventory. Where are we? What do we want in life? What are we trying to accomplish? And it's different for all of us at different times. Um, I just talked to a client who was so happy because she started off the year back in November. We set up a plan, leave by 3 o'clock to take care of her kids, to pick them up and go do fun things with them. And you know what? She's doing it. She's made it a priority. She has set it down on her calendar. She's told her team, and they're great about getting her out. So that's a blessing, right? Like that's a great thing. Sometimes uh, sometimes it's about personal time. I'm doing a lot more exercise, watching what I'm eating, things like that, right? Like, but it takes time. It means you have to be intentional. You got to be focused on those things. And uh, having support for that. I mean, hey, you all know me. I've had tons and tons of coaches over the last 15, 20 years. I didn't get here alone, and I've learned from every single one of them. And I learned from my own coaches. Coach Megan, Coach Paula are accountability coaches like eh, Lisa, Jacqueline. I mean, everybody is constantly coming to me with new ideas, new things we can be doing. We're always looking at how do we make it better, but they tell me things all the time. And I'm like, oh, why didn't I think of that? Right? Like there's golden nuggets everywhere, right? It's not just and some of them they've repeated back my own words, and I've been like, "Oh, yeah, I guess so." Hey Marcella, I see you on there. Marcella has been amazing, and she's been with around me a lot in the last couple of years, and so she often reminds me of things that I have said or done. She's like, "Remember when this?" or "Remember how you used to do that?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, right?" We sometimes forget. And part of the reason we forget is because it wasn't documented, right? It needed to become part of the everyday average process. It needed to become part of our routine and our good habits. Um, Speaking of habits, I've been having so much fun with our Thrive habit tracker for all of our clients. In December, we sent out Thrive habit trackers that were amazing. Gave us a lot of room for every week of the year to write out what do we want to accomplish this week, and track every day and give yourself a gold star for when you do it. Fell off a little bit there in Hawaii. I got to tell you, it was definitely hard to stay on task with that beautiful environment hanging out with my parents. But that's life, right? That's where we are. Oh, you guys can see the Washington State Ferry. I actually call that one Fred. Fred and Ethel. We've named them just because they come in and out all the time. Makes it kind of fun. So there's say hi to Fred, the ferry. Um, but listen, I mean, I'm taking a moment because we all need to take time. And Um, yes, we're building the marketing boot camp. Yes, it's going to be phenomenal and amazing. But sometimes we have to take a pause in the day and say, where are we? What's important right now? Take inventory. And this is where I get a lot of clients that message me and are like, hey, Kristen, I'm trying to deal with X right now. Do you have anything to help with that? And I'm always like thrilled when we've got those systems and those procedures. We're like, of course, here you go. But then other times I've got to tell you, it's like, no, but that's a brilliant idea. Like, I want to build that, right? And then I have to tell the little Kristen here that wants to do everything, like, no, Kristen, you can't do everything. You've got to take some time. And so, um, you know, taking time to for yourself. One of my favorite things is to grab the backpack and pop down the hill here, 2 blocks to Pike Place Market, block and a half, and I hit up the vegetable market and my cheesemonger and my fishmonger, and sometimes I'll go get some meat and such. And uh, you got to take time for yourself, right? Like to get out, get some fresh air, get moving a little bit, and then come back to the laptop. I mean, it shouldn't be always laptop, laptop, laptop. I That's probably one of my downfalls is I always want to give my best to everyone else and learning how to take time. So today's real talk is about that. Take inventory with yourself. Yes, you should sign your team up for the marketing boot camp. It empowers them, makes everybody feel special to get to go to the boot camp. Plus, we're gonna teach your team a ton of really great stuff. But I think also today it's about taking some breaks and time for yourself. So this is one of my chairs that I like to come and sometimes on a Sunday morning and sometimes mid-afternoon and have a cup of tea. This was from a really cool local potter here in the Pacific Northwest. We actually went up to his studio up in the North Cascades Mountains a couple weekends ago. It was amazing, amazing. Just a really cool guy that's been doing this for a long time. And but coming here and sitting and just watching the water, watch the boats going back and forth. It's good to have the reflection time. It's good to take yourself out of the busy day to day and have those moments. So if you get one message out of today's live stream, that's it. Take some time for yourself. Support yourself first so that you can support everyone else around you, and be open to letting your team support you where they can support and help. But take inventory for them too, and not let people get overwhelmed and where they aren't able to do a great job. So, um, the marketing boot camp's great. The hiring and onboarding boot camp is great. The workflows and workloads boot camps are great. People rave about them. If you haven't been involved in them, go check them out. Look at the testimonials. You'll see staff are like over the moon, like loving the boot camps. They get so much out of it and they get the support every week in office hours. So it is truly a gift that keeps on giving, right? It's absolutely a gift. But for today's real talk, I just wanted to get in here and take a moment and hope you take a moment too to reflect what's important to you, build that visual business plan. I'm a visual learner, so of course, I like to build a visual business plan. Where am I going this year? What am I doing? What are some of my highlights that I want to hit, my bucket list items? But also for my team professionally, where do we want to help more people, different things like that. So take time for yourself, take a few moments. And for those of you that were watching earlier, yes, I'm more than happy to share the housekeeper or personal assistant job descriptions or job ads so that you can find yourself a superstar that's going to be great. It's definitely a game changer. So, all right, everyone. I am going to just chill for a little bit more before I get back at it this afternoon. So, cheers to all of you. I hope you have a productive rest of your week, and DM me if you've got any questions or if there's anything I or my team can do to help you. Don't forget, we got 13 coaches these days. So jump on in. They're all specialty trained so they can help in different ways depending on what you need. So, all right, everyone. Au revoir from Seattle, and I'll talk to you next in a couple days. Bye.